this is Paul. Welcome back to my channel, the Cavalier. Today is Friday. I wanted to talk to you guys about a free-to-play game from Steam as well as a Let's Try. So this is going to be a combination of both of those. Now, Path of Exile has been in my eyes for a while now. I started to play this game from after Quill played it in his own channel. So I was looking forward to this game, and I just wanted to tell you guys about the game, how great it is and stuff like that. So this is serious. It will be really helpful for me to try that out, and maybe a let's play will come for this game later in the channel. I'm still trying to play the game, understand the mechanics and stuff like that, so I can't just barge in there, and even I can't do walkthroughs and sort of things. But this is going to be like, okay, this is a free-to-play game, guys. It is there on Steam. If you don't know about it, go and check it out. And those sort of on the sidelines, those sort of things. And Let's Try is like, okay, I'm gonna try this game out for you guys, and I'll showcase you everything on this game to the level that I know. All right. Without much further ado, let's just get into this video, guys. Now, the first scene that you would get in this game is the character selection when you go into the game. You need to select the server thing because this is kind of like a multiplayer single player thing. So there will be chat constantly on the left side. You can ignore it, or if you want help, you can talk to them. You can get them, and then you can add them to your friend list, and then you can play kind of like a private thing where you can just play with friends. There's like PvP, and there are certain events conducted by the teams. So there's plenty of stuff in the game that you can try out. So you can play this game forever. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, the character screen would be the start of the game, and there are 7 classes. One is the Marauder, who will be strength and that sort of thing, brutality. And then you have a dexterity, the ranger, who can do a lot of things, trap disarms, shooting from a distance and stuff like that. Then you have the witch herself, who will be intelligent, highly intellectual. She knows a lot of things, that she can control a lot of things and stuff like that. And then you have a duelist, who is a combination of the strength and dexterity. He can have 2 swords. He is a great swordsman. And then you have a Templar, who can be strength and as well as intelligence at the same time. So that's there. And then there's Shadow, dexterity and intelligence. Alright. Then you have all 3 of them combined, dexterity, strength and intelligence, the Scion. Now, to get the Scion, he's like, these are the summon classes that are basics. These are just announced, but there's like, to get the 7th class, the Scion, you need to play a game, and you need to complete a main mission. And there's like 3 parts to it, and you can do this mission just like the start of it. You can just start the mission, you can just play the game, and then you can get that mission, you can do the mission, and then you can get this character class. So next time when you play, you can start with this character. So that's all nice and good. So the characters, it's about you. I didn't know about any of these characters, what their attributes are, what they do and stuff like that. Obviously you're gonna know by seeing the Marauder. Oh, he's strong, he's gonna be strength, understandable. And there's going to be like the ranger, she's an archer. Obviously, if you know about me, I'm a fan of Legolas and archers. It's just the ranger made the most sense, but I didn't go for it. It's like boom boom boom. I don't know why. When I saw the Shadow, it's just he was really swift, he was really nimble, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to go for that. And he was really helpful on the first map. The first beach map, you will wake up and then you will start fighting, and then you have to understand the combat mechanics. Obviously the game will help, so don't skip the tutorials. It is really important. Obviously you can be like, you know what, I know the game, without even the tutorials I can manage it. Obviously you can do that, understandable, but it will be useful for you just to learn about the mechanisms here and there. It will tell you what to do and what not to do. So it will be really helpful, which was a good thing, because when I have a weapon, I had certain things like mana stones, weapon stones, like it will increase certain things that you have, like damage and stuff like that. So it was really helpful for the tutorial, and you can get these items by looting certain things. And that's kind of like my negative thing about the game. That's the only negative thing about the game. When you have certain loot drops, certain equipments that are being dropped on the ground, it's hard for you to find those things. But it is what it is. It's not a game breaking or game changing thing, but it's awesome. That's all I'm saying. Character classes, choose them wisely. It's not going to be a big deal. Up to this point, I think I'm level 4 already, and I'm in like 3rd area in 45 minutes. So I'm already that far ahead. I've played that much, and I've never had a problem with the game. I died a little bit, but I didn't follow the tutorial. I was like a moron who just went ahead and did certain things. But then I stopped, and then I took a look at the entire UI. Let me tell you, the UI is the best thing about the game. It is absolutely gorgeous, and I understood everything in the UI, and then I went into the battle. I won without even batting an eye. So follow the tutorial, follow the UI. The game will be a butter cake for you. The next thing is you have to look at the side bars. On the left side you will have health. Now health works as you would think. It's health. If you lose it, you're dead. But there's like health potions that you can hit, so you have to be really really on the move, and you have to have key bindings really fast. So if it's like I have my health potion at number 1, so I have to hit number 1, and if when it ran out, you'd have to like number 2, number 3, and after the battle they will fill up on their own. So you can wait for some time, so stuff like that. So it will automatically refill, and health will not refill automatically, but other side of the bar will refill. That is mana. Mana is stamina. As far as I think, like when you use a certain kind of move, the mana will be drained, but then you can take a break, the mana will be refilled. But there's like mana potions as well, you can drink that to increase your mana. So when you don't have those things, you can attack normally, but when the mana is increased, then you can go back and attacking those special attacks. So I would say just have a combination of both. Don't just go ahead and be like, what, I'm just going to use this single weapon and I'm going to win. You can't do that. Or you can't just go like, what, I'm just going to use mana type of attacks and then I'm going to win. You can't, because when the mana runs out, you have to have a key binding for health as well, because the enemies are really really strong and really really intelligent. So they're not just going to be moronic and stuff like that. So just do a combination of both, you will be just fine with it. And after you finish like kind of like a first island, which will be like a trial, just some undead soldiers here and there, and then you will be fighting the boss, and then you will go in the town, and then there will be like all the people who are playing the game will be there. You can't interact with them, but you can interact with the people that are there, the 3 NPCs. So one will be the one who will give you the reward because you cleared up all the undeads and stuff like that, the boss as well. So he will give you a reward, so you can take that reward, use it wisely, and you can talk to him, buy some things or sell some things, and then go back, and then there's a stash. So it will be available for everyone. So in their own games, there will be their own stash. So it's just it's an awesome way. So if you find like some items that are legendary or something that you don't want to sell, you can put it in the stash. But if you want to sell some items, you can just go ahead and sell. There's no big deal. And there will be 3 NPCs at the start of the place, so you can talk to each of them, and you will get some missions, and you can go forward. And as I did go forward, I had some troubles, but I got through pretty easily, to be honest with you. So when you get these missions, you will go to new places, right? So I went to a new place, and I was a moron. I was like, what, let's just go and do the normal attacks against some great enemies. I was blown away for the first three times, I think. So I was like, what, let me just take a look at the UI. I will understand it. Without the tutorial, I will understand it. And I understood it. So it was just like, you have to use some special attacks, and then I did. So I bought an armor vest as well. So if you take a look at each of your weapons, there are weapons, armor, helmet, shoes, and gauntlets and stuff like that. There's so many different things in your inventory, and as well as your body. And you can have this body armor, and there will be like rune stones. Yeah, they're kind of like, I'll call them rune stones. They are specific stones that will be useful for certain things. You can get these stones, and then you can just have certain abilities, and you can add them to your sword. For example, my weapon had 2 green stone availables, and I had those 2 greens, so I just took them and then I put them in the sword, and then it's fine. Now if I don't, if I have an extra, which I had, I don't know where to put it, but I bought an armor, and then it had like 2 reds and blue, and I had a blue, and then I put it there. That's it. So if you don't want that, if you want to change it, then you can change it, and then you can have that runestone back. You can take it. It's not like a permanent thing, but when you are wearing it, it's gonna be great. And then you can put it in your inventory, and when your inventory gets like cluttered and stuff like that, you can return to your place, return to the first island, and then you can put all those things in a stash or sell them, and then go back and do your thing. So I think that was a great addition to the game. I just felt like their inventory was filling up really fast, or there was nothing to fill up the inventory and stuff like that. I never felt that. And they're like portals. For example, you have to check some waypoints, and if you have certain things, if you are great to the what I can say, the first island people, if you are great to them, if you are level up to your partnership, then they will let you kind of like travel between those waypoints. I think that's cool as well. Right now I don't think I am in that position to do so, but soon enough I'll get to that position. And there's like portal kind of like just like scrolls that you will find. If you use them, you'll get back to town, and when you die, there's like two options, whether you can start from the checkpoint, or you can go back to town. So if you go back to town, you can buy certain items, or just take a break, just chill out, and then just go out there and kill them all. There's like two options. That's great. Now, just like if you die, I'm gonna put you back in the same position. That's not gonna help anybody. So I think that was a great addition to the game as well. So it is what it is, right? And the last thing that I wanted to talk about this game is the tech tree. Now let me just tell you, the tech tree, dude, the tech tree is crazy. It's just it is so crazy. When I took a look at it, I fainted. I was like, what? My brain was frozen for a moment there. There's so much elements in the tech tree. Passive, not passive, active. So many things in the tech tree, guys. So when you just, it will tell you, you are leveled up. You can use the tech tree. Don't get, easily scared by it. That's all I'm gonna say. Just take a break. Just take a breather, and then you can take a look at the tech tree, and then you can use it. It's not like game changing or anything. If you take this, you are going to be OP. If you take that, you'll be constantly dying. It's not like that. You can take whatever you want, and then you can feel better about it. You can feel good about it. So I think they have done a great job at the tech tree as well. I think that's going to be the thumbnail of my video. So if you get really shocked by it, don't. So that's all I have to say about this game. That's all my opinions on the game. The enemies are really great. They are unique. As far as I fought them, I think I bought 2 mini bosses, and I have not fought any main bosses in the game. But that I didn't get to those kind of points. So I will soon though, and maybe there's going to be a let's play on this channel. Maybe I can play it. It doesn't matter, and you can just play with all the characters. Right? It doesn't have to be Shadow. You can just try the Witch, and you can try it with Marauder. You can try it with the Templar. So I think that's a great thing, because it's just like I have right now, my save file is there. If I don't want to play it, I want to play as someone else, I can do so. It's just so flexible, and I really like games that are flexible. That's why I love Darkest Dungeon as well. It doesn't force you to do some things. It's so clean. The save files are not clustered after cluster after cluster. Auto saves as well. It's just like, there's like 8 or 9 slots for you. You can do whatever the fuck you want in those slots. It's all yours. I love it, and that's why this game is nice. It's just like, level 4, Shadow. Alright, if you want to play as a witch, I want to play as a witch. I just started. It's so easy to get into the game, to understand the game, to play the game, to enjoy the game, to leave the game, and again, start all over. So these steps, I think so many games don't follow, but this game follows, and it is free to play. I mean, let me tell you again, free to play. 7.5 GB. It's not that big. And microtransactions are there. Obviously, it's a free-to-play game. When you have $60 game having microtransactions, free-to-play games have to have microtransactions. Don't get me wrong, all right? But it's not important. The game doesn't revolve around microtransaction as Star Wars Battlefront 2 or Shadow of War does. All right, you can play the game all you want. If you want to buy microtransactions and support the developers, you can do so. But it's not mandatory. It's not forceful. So I think EA has to learn a lesson here that they shouldn't have been a douchebag and put microtransaction and develop their games around loot boxes. If I'm gonna talk about this, I'm gonna go into a rant, so I'm not gonna talk about it. So let me just take a breather. All right. Now, free to play game, 7.5 GB, Path of Exile, amazing game, really really great. If you want help, you can ask the chat there on the sides. If you don't want any help, you can just play the game yourself. You don't have to, you don't have to care about anything. You just go in there. As I said, it's easy to start a gameplay. Just follow the tutorial for the first 10 minutes, as you would say, on the first island after you defeat the boss. But after that, it's pretty easy. You can do whatever you want. You have to be really really careful on certain things, like managing your health, mana, what attacks you use, what attacks you don't use, and stuff like that. Sometimes you will be overwhelmed by stuff, but you have to, you can do this. All right, that's all I'm saying. You can do this. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button if you like this video. Share the video with your friends and family. Subscribe to the channel for English Gaming. And I'll see you guys next week, Monday, speculations. And have a great weekend. And just subscribe to the channel, guys. It will be really really helpful. Let me know in the comments down below what do you think about this video and what do you want to see me do next, or what kind of changes do you want to make in this channel. Like, as a viewer, what do you see? I see this video, I don't like it, why? If you like it, as well as tell me why, because I want to know. And what do you think about the game as well? That will be question of the day for you. What do you think about Path of Exile? What is your favorite class? Mine is obviously Shadow, because that's the first thing that I picked. But I've not played with other classes to tell you like this is my favorite, that's my favorite, stuff like that. But right now, Shadow is the favorite. He's so fucking fast. He's absolutely menacing. That's all I can say. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Let it go, make my body go. Take our bodies higher and higher.